Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. So I'm going mainstream.
Hello everyone, and welcome once again to another day of the Global Girls Championship, in which we have finally moved over to the Group D this time around with 18 different teams, 18 once again the same countries that we saw like the last 3 days and everything. Today, once again, there are going to be new names that are going to be facing against each other in the match of Erangel, Miramar, Sanhok, and once again an Erangel match, a total of 4 matches. So we can talk about the matches and their numbering all around during the matches. So let's straight up go towards the plane path, whereas our first match has actually started, wherein we can see the plane line has started from the Primok side towards the Lipovka. Somewhere around that area, a western side is kind of like given advantage towards the areas, and with that, somewhere the teams have already dropped at the Gatka regions, at the Primox region, at the Ferrypier region, whereas the rest of the areas, that is the eastern side, Lipovka, Milta Power, there is the farm areas, there are not particularly that many teams that have actually dropped there this time around, because they know that if they stay over there, that can be a potential threat to them, because there's a chance that they can get into the fights while they're rotating inside of the circle. So that is the reason. But at that same time, the teams that are inside of the circle, they're not safe either, as they are also like super close by to each other, in which case scenario they may actually just fight against one another. And if that actually happen, if that actually like starts to happen, it's going to be a chaotic situation. It's going to be a chaotic thing for the team. And straight up moving towards the team and seeing what the teams are doing right now, what they are thinking of doing, particularly those teams that are kind of like close by to each other. Let's see and let's find out if they're actually gonna go for the fights, or if they're actually gonna go for the safer side, because they don't want to like fight early head on into the game. They want to survive. They want to make sure that their position is not compromised into the early stages of the game, and that maybe because of the reason that they might even survive this fight. But once again, let's see. And seeing the team ATG right now, uh, these girls are here with all four Eros, Wenzi, Kim, and Maxi. All four the players have joined. Maxi, on the particular hand, has a UMP 45, and on the other hand, it's gonna be an M416 in towards her hand. But look at that, all four of the players have a singular UAZ, an open top UAZ that can be like a threat towards these girls, because not only these girls are all in a same UAZ, it's not a different car, it's the same car towards these girls, but on top of that, it's open top, so you can either get the bodies, you can either get the headshots on you easily. And on the other hand, in the kill feed, we can see the team Martyrs also taking other fights. They're also making sure that there are some casualties done at some places. So talking about the team Martyrs, Tequila is going to be here. So far so good, 1 kill towards these guys, towards these girls. The Doctor is kind of low on that HP, but on the other hand, Senpai, Eloise, and Tequila, these 4 girls are gonna be all alive. The player that came towards her, that came near her, has been eliminated by Martyr's Doctor. Martyr's Doctor had got the first kill, the first blood of the full match, of the whole match of Erangel 1, and the one person that got eliminated was from the 7-1 right here. Zena and Baby Girls are gonna be the only 2 survivals right now after that, and Ravenna has no longer been into the game for now, because she has been eliminated. And after that, in towards the Miramar and Sanhawk, and once again the 4th Erangel match, he will be joining us again, maybe, perhaps, if they don't like change their team composition. So there's always a comeback for the teams, there's always a comeback for each and every single one of the players, for which case, if your one like match is not gone good, you can always like count on your next match, and if not that, you can always count on the next one after that as well. But there's a time limit, because the time limit for these matches are a total of 4 matches. In fact, there's a limit for like today's points table, point matches and everything, so you have to like gather around a huge sum of points in total 4 matches. If you can't, then it's gonna be like a goodbye scenario for you at that point. But look at that, team ATG versus team GL. Finally, you have decided to fight against each other as well, in which case Kim has been eliminated. Renzi is kind of like knocked out. Maxi and Eros are going to be the only 2 survival for the team. But as soon as Eros is going to be throwing out a grenade, she has just thrown a grenade right on her face. What is going on? Chino coming from the back, that knocking out Eros as well, leaving only Maxi as the final hope for the team. Maxi being a solo player for the whole team, how are they actually going to hold off this area is actually going to be a major question, because right in front of her, there's going to be 2 players, not 1, 2 players that are out in the open. Maybe she can actually get the eliminations on towards both of these players. But as soon as Kim tries to go towards the crate to loot it up, Maxi was the one that took her down, that shut her down right at that point. And after that, she's just gonna be throwing some smokes to make some cover, to maybe like jeopardize like her location towards Chino, because Chino may not know where she is. But no, it's not gonna be possible, as Chino has already spotted the player. Maxi has been knocked out, finished off right over there, and with that, Chino got a 1v4 completed toward this girl. What is going on? 1v4 completed by Chino. A GG and a well-played scenario. A total of 16 teams are going to be alive now. And for today, finally, we saw 17 teams, in which case now the number has changed towards the 16. Now we can see like there's some kind of competition going on between the teams at this point for the group D right here, because not only there are 16 teams, there's still 58 players alive into the match. Team RN has also got 1 of the kill for themselves at the same time. Moving on to the team VG right now. Team VG super close by to the R4 MV, in which case scenario, Mona is that person that is knocked out, and Mona has to have that rev. Mona needs to get that rev on towards herself, and after that rev, she's just gonna heal herself. Look at her like west side, that is so much damage. 1 more shot on towards that west, and she's gonna be like without a vest at that point. But team VG, they're slowly and steadily coming close by. Gnarty is also super close by to the team R4MW. Look at that. There comes a Molotov. Molotov may just reach out the penalty area. Like, no, she has moved out of that area. She has get into the backside, and after that, Molly made its way towards the gas can, blew it up as well. She is now into a safer side, but once again, there can be a chance, there can be a threat that from anywhere there can be another grenade, there can be another throwable that can put a harm's way towards the players. But look at that, Bad Meow has also been eliminated by the VGM. Be Lazy. Billy got that kill for her team. Ingen, Liang, and Mona are the only 3 girls that are going to be alive. But look at that. Miley coming in the clutch and knocking out Mona as well, leaving only 2 players from the team Raw at that point. So let's see and let's find out if these 2 girls are actually going to be able to get into a safer side. Are they going to be able to eliminate the 3 players as well or not? But no, it's not gonna go like that, because Gunal is trying her level best to shoot at the players, to look at the players as well. And as she's trying to shoot at the teams, as she's trying to use that AKM to the fullest, she's not gonna be able to get more than 1 knock at that point. But no, she's gonna be survived. She's gonna be saved by her own teammate. That is gonna be Millie. Millie has saved her with that 2nd kill. No, it's her 1st kill. Millie actually got this knockout onto the player at the first time, but not the elimination on towards the girl. The girl was back into the revival section. Gnal finally got 1 kill. Millie has 2. Millie has 1 kill as well, and 2 kills for the Be Lazy. With that, a total of 4 whooping kills towards the team VGM at this point in the early stages of the match, leaving the total number of players to a top 15, 54 total players that are surviving into the match. And how they're gonna survive is gonna be a major question, is gonna be a main concerning thing for each and every single one of the player. And even on top of that, the circle has taken its shift towards a hard southern side into the water, in which case I'd say 55 to 60% of the circle that I see is in the water. That's in the water. Teams are gonna be in a pinch at that time, because not only the circle is kind of small for the 15 teams, it has already moved its half area in towards the water side as well. So whereas if you don't have a boat, you're not going to be able to get too far inside of the circle, too far inside of a place where you can hold off your position. But once again, Team BTR, these girls are here, Daya, Dilla, Lance, and NRX. So these 4 girls are going to be here trying their level best to find a good place, to find a considerably good place for them to hold off that area. But no, Dilla right now, I think she's kind of thinking about something before getting inside of the car, and after that they're just gonna move inside of the circle. Remember, these girls are 1250 meters outside of the circle right now, so not only they have to move 1000+ meters inside of the circle, there's always a potential that there might be any team holding off that area inside of the circle for you. Whereas we're talking about the teams that are actually outside of the circle, the teams that are in, we have to see how these girls are actually going to make a difference for themselves, because we already talked about it. 50%, more than 50% of the circle was already outside of the outside in the water area. But I see twins in the Gatka area. There are 2 teams, 3 teams in fact, super close by once again. Let's see, and if they are actually going to be able to engage in a 1v1 battle, or it's going to be a squad versus squad scenario, because Bulbul, she's kind of stranded out of her team in this position. But 7 won. They're the only player surviving. They're the only a singular player surviving, with Baby Girls being a solo player. And as Baby Girl is trying her level best to not just hold off that position, to stay inside of the circle, to stay in a comparatively safer side area, we have to see where they are gonna head out. 53 total players, 15 teams, and as we know where they're gonna head out, that is gonna be a major concerning thing for now, because still the second circle, it's still a big one. The damage is not going to be that much. Teams, if they want, they can easily go for that heal battle if they needs to do that. But aside from that, if they don't want to go for that heal battle, they have to make sure that they have a good position inside of the circle, because that is the only thing that can save you at this point, or the next circle that takes a hard shift towards the northern region, then there's a chance that all of the teams, each and every single one of the 15 teams may be inside of the circle. Whereas for now, Team Ace is also fighting, in which case scenario it's got one knock on one of the players, one of the team, but at the same time they're looking at another team right now. Micah was looking at someone else. Fair Ruby was knocked out once again at that point, and with that total 1 kill so far, Team VGM is going to be the one that is being spotted by Micah right now. Micah, Adra, there's Ashy and Mooney as well. All 4 girls, they're ready to rock and roll out the place, because not only they have a considerably good position, a corner side area where they don't have to be really like careful of their backside, because it's all in the water area, it's all in the water. Nobody is gonna be able to get out of that area safe and sound. If they are, they're gonna be spotted, because they need the oxygen, and they will come out in the surface of the place to get the oxygen for themselves. But for now, the 15 teams are still surviving against one another, but look at the circle. Circle has taken its shift as well. Once again, the circle has shifted towards the northern region, a kind of like a dead mid area, if I have to say, in which case scenario, Primox area, Quarry area, even some of the ferry piers is already inside of the circle as well. But the other regions that are not inside of the circle anymore is the water area, the ferry pier, main apartments, compounds section, Team VGM. At that same time, as they were super close by to the Team FARK, Team Fair, in fact, not FARK, it's a Team Fair that is super close by to them. Millie is no longer going to be possible to revive at that point, but Team Fair, they're trying their level best. Yagi with that beautiful grenade. Let's see if that grenade is going to reach inside of that shack or not, and that answer is going to be yes. 1v2 with that singular grenade from the Fair. Yagi eliminating all of the Team VGM right at that point, getting a total of 3 kills for the team. And out of 2 kills, that was given out to her because of that singular grenade. She got 2 eliminations with a single grenade, but at that time, a total of 3 kills towards the girls. Still, 14 teams are going to be alive, and any of the players, any of the teams that still gets eliminated is not going to have a singular point for themselves, aside from those kills that they're going to secure for themselves. But Team FRR, let's see if they are gonna be actually be able to like overcome out this position, whereas they were like being chased out a moment ago. Finally they got out of the car, and as soon as the players started to see that they were getting out of the car, they just moved out of that position. But Veera RS kind of low on that HP. They have to get inside of the circle, they have to get into a good position, safe and sound and fast, because not only that there's like a lot of teams super close by into this area. A singular shot on you can lead up to your demise, and on top of that, Veera has to use a full medkit, I think so. But no, that is not going to be possible, because from the backside we can see the Team BTR making their way slowly and steadily inside of the region as well. From the ferry pier region, we can see them getting 2 knocks back to back at the point of the Team FRRM team. But the rest of the team, FRRM, they're trying their level best to come inside of that area as well, trying to come inside of that region as well to stay into the safe side. FRR, Soka, RS. Let's see if Soka is going to be able to get into an engagement with the team, because Soka's HP is kind of like the same as Veera's for a while ago, and Iris is going to be there with a 75% HP, the same way that we saw FRR, the last 2 players from their side, being knocked out against the Team BDR. But now the rest of the team that is right in behind them is going to be Team RNS at this point. But there we go. The grenade has made its way. The splash damage was done. The player did not lose that many HP, because the player is still surviving. The player is still alive into the area. But look at that. Another grenade moved towards the player as well. But no, this time around, this is going to be another splash damage. Now the elimination's on towards the player. 3rd grenade. 3rd time's the charm. No, it's not going to be possible. And the player is still alive after healing herself, after healing the player up. They are finally going to move forward. As soon as they know that they actually got like a knock out of 2, they finally decided to rush on towards the player. They finally decided to rush over to the team, in which case scenario it's going to be a 1v1 in Dokia, but Dokia has been spotted, eliminated at that same point, and leaving only 1 HP towards the girl as well. That was Iris. Iris finally succumbed to the other player of the Team RNS, and with that, this is going to be a 5 kill scenario for the Team RNS at that point. But Daika, she was eliminated at that point, and that is kind of like a bad scenario. That is kind of like a sad situation for the team, because losing one of your player in this kind of fight in this particular region may lead your like team up to a bad situation, because into the later game, into the later scenarios of the fights, there might be a chance, there might be a time where you might not be able to survive for your team. But once again, the circle has taken its shift, the circle has shifted towards kind of like the Premox area, and at that same time the open area field of the Premox. So the teams have to be really careful here on what they're gonna do, or where they're actually gonna move right now, because not only that the team in the Premox region are gonna hold off that area, any team that is like at the corner stages of the circle is gonna try their level best that no one actually gets inside of the circle, because the circle can only be obtained by either the Premox area, the Ferrypier region, or the quarry, or its northern region as well. So the team have already put their players up for the task to get like in the fight, to get like make sure that no player gets into the safer side. But once again, Domini Gumi, I'm really amazed by this name, and once again she has been knocked out by the team Ace. Adre got a second player, Red's down as well. Sophia and Iki are going to be the only two players that are surviving for the team, but Sophia giving out a beautiful rev towards the Gumi over there. Domi Gumi, she's being given out that rev to Doi. Kiki is also giving out that rev to Reds. And with that, all four the players are going to be alive. Once again, all four the players are going to be back onto their feet, ready for the fights, ready for the action. Team Fair is also nearby this area, fighting against the team as well, in which case Outmoon this time around has been knocked out. And from a long distance, you can see Pinky has also been spotted and shot at that same time with a UMP fire. UMP is not going to do that many damage, but M4 Switch will do some kind of damage onto the player before she succumbs also towards the fire of the close range quarter gun. But once again, Yagi is here, and there is Taya. Taya is going to be there as well. So let's see if Taya is actually going to go for that aggression towards the team, because it's going to be a 1 versus 3 scenario. The team if they actually come towards her, it's going to be a really hectic moment, because Pinky was a solo player surviving for the team right now, and is a solo player surviving for the team as well. But as soon as she's using that Dacia to get out of that position, that Dacia is gonna face off some tracing sprays of that M416 gun. Like, no, it's not gonna be possible to get her out of that area, to get her out of the car, to eliminate her car as well. And on top of that, after getting 7 kills of a total team, a 3-girl squad, Ruby was the only one that was eliminated. Caillou is also fighting. The team has already been inside of the circle. The Premox is the circle. Shift towards the very end of that region. Team BTR, Team Martyrs, and Team RNS. These 3 teams are going to be the one that are the first 3 teams to be inside of the circle. But look at that, Team Ace is YOLOing inside of the circle, YOLOing inside of that area. And once again, the team may just fight against the Team RNS, in which case Ace Ashy is actually the one that is taking the face-to-face fight against the Team RNS right now. And at that time, there are 2 casualties on towards the Team RNS at that point. The last player, that is Choco, is going to be the only hope of the team whatsoever, and one wrong move, one wrong grenade, or one wrong Molotov can be a lethal threat towards this girl. Choco finally got a Molotov right on her face. She went into the backside after throwing a grenade as well. But now is the time. Can Choco survive this area? Can Choco survive from this section or not? Because from what I see, I think there were 2 knocks back to back with a grenade. No, it's actually a 1 grenade elimination. Choco is still alive. Choco is in the backside healing herself up, but at that same time, Team Doi is making their way from the backside of the Team Ace as well, making sure that the Team Ace face the same like treatment as they were giving out towards the Team RNS at this position. But right now, Team Ace, things are not looking good for them, because the grenades are making their way slowly and steadily, knocking out players constantly back to back. 2 players have been knocked out, finished up at that point, leaving only the 1 player, that is Micah, as the solo hope of the team. Micah, as soon as she got into the car, she's gonna heal herself, but can she be able to heal herself in time or not? Because if any of the player actually sees the car, it's gonna be all over for her at that point. But no, Team RNS Choco, she has been spotted as well by Domi Gumi, and Gumi got the eliminations on towards the Team RNS as well, making our fight a total of 8 teams right now. So somewhere around that area, when we were seeing 14 teams, we were talking that, yeah, no one is gonna get a singular point. But now, after this elimination, after another elimination, we're finally gonna see who's gonna have at least 2 points, because from 12 to onward, 8th position every team is gonna have 1-1 position point for themselves after they get eliminated. But Fair Yagi once again fighting with the team Doi. Fair Christie also fighting with the team Doi as well, knocking 2 players out right at that point. Team Doi is kind of like down to their last 2 players, in which case Team Fair is making slowly and steadily their work forward towards the area, towards the team Doi as well. But as we're talking about the Team Fair has thrown that grenade that just burst like a moment too early towards the team, making Team Doi enough time, giving them enough time that they can heal their player, they can revive up their player, then after that move into a safer side. And this is that mistake that they did. Ice 2x finally came from the backside, firing at the Christy and Taya, knocking both of the girls out, leaving only the Yagi as the final hope of the team. And Yagi fighting with Sophia. Oh my god, without any scope on, with that ADS fire, Sophia was taken down on her knees. But now Yagi is going to take that McLaren. After that, she's just going to move into a backside, into a safer side, whereas she's going to go for that heal for her team. So can she heal her team? That is going to be a major concerning thing, because Taya, she's out in the open. One grenade at this position, at this point from the Doi Toki Kiki, in fact, can lead up to their demise as well, can lead up to their elimination as well. Remember, total of 8 kills to the Team Fair right here. Team Fair right here has a total of 8 kills into their backpack, but no, there comes the fires, there comes the sprays towards the player as well. The constant fire of the damage from the guns, from the cars are definitely coming in close. Gumi is kind of alone that HP once again. Oreos is going to be there. Reds, in fact, is there. But look at that. Reds, can she be spotted? No, it's not going to be possible, as Yagi finally has been taken down as well by the hand of Red. Taya being the final player alive for the team. She's throwing more smokes and smokes. She's making the covers all around herself so that she can actually make a difference for the team. But there comes a grenade. There comes maybe a Molotov or a grenade as well. In which case, the Molotov, the grenade actually did some splash damage, not the eliminations on towards the player. Team Doi, I don't think so. After that, they have any throwables on towards their hand. But Team IC is also taking the fights. Team IC is also making sure that the fight actually starts to happen. The team actually gets more eliminations on towards themselves as well. Zulgaga DME is the final hope of the team as well. Team GL is in the water. Team BTR is in the backside, throwing the grenades, throwing the throwables all around the area towards the team Sailing as well. And as the last player DME, how is she gonna survive is actually a concerning thing as well, because not only she's healing herself, she has a 40 bullets on M4 and on the hand 35 bullets on that UMP 45. So both of the players are going to be aggressing on towards the player. But look at that, a beautiful cover from the BTR side. Dilla just going prone, eliminating the girl, and with that fire, a top 5 team is formed right here. Ace Micah is still alive with a solo player standing. BTR is going to be alive with the 2 girls standing. Team G1T G1 is going to be alive with a 2-man squad as well. And after that, IC2X is the solo player standing as well, leaving us only with a total of 4 teams that are going to survive here into this match, into this area. And now is the time where these 6 players, players from 4 teams are actually going to be facing off against each other, because the circle is totally out in the open. 2X has a better chance of eliminating the player as well. Ace Micah knock both of their players out from the Team BTR side as well. Now there is a chance that Twix can actually make her way. Twix can actually make a difference at this position, but she don't know that Ace is going to be into the backside. She uses that growth art, but no luck, to no avail. She's not going to be able to get the elimination on towards the player. After that, the circle has closed on. Micah is in the circle as well, and after that, the rest of the players are also moving their way inside of the water from the water side. But after that, Team GL Chotu finally got the final hit onto the team. Ace Micah as well, getting that winner chicken dinner for themselves. And Chino, with that 7 solo kills for the whole team, is going to be on a next level fight, on a next level flight at that point. G1, despite being a 3-girl squad, a trio, they still managed to get a beautiful winner chicken dinner for themselves, and that is just amazing. That is just on the next level of the game. But on the other hand, if we're talking about the team number 2 team is going to be Team Ace, which is also Team Ace right over there with a total of 5 kills into their backpack. Team IC is going to be on the number 3rd spot with a 4 kills into their backpack as well. So 7 kills, 5 kills, and 4 kills towards the first top 3 teams. It's gonna be amazing. And after that, the first match has actually ended. We will be going on a short break. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the short break. Stay tuned, stay with us. We will be right back.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. Will surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. Just start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. You gone, you gone. It's not lost, you're not lost. You gone, you gone. It's not lost, you're not They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. Just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. To start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're not lost. Hold on, hold on. You're not lost, you're They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. To start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found. And you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek. Look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Going to the place where all this began. To start again. I'll see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall first to pick yourself up off the
All right. We are once more back after the short break, after the short while, with the second match of the Miramar, in which once again the 18 different teams from the Group D are gonna face off against each other. But before any further ado, I would like to, my bad on that. I would like to introduce myself as your host and as your caster too. That is going to be Tariq. So first of all, guys, welcome back to the show. And with that, our second match, which is going to be Miramar, straight up going towards the plane flight. We shall see once again a hard side shift towards the western side region, whereas El Pozo Trailer Park, they are still inside of that circle area. They're still inside of that circle, and the plane line is actually moving from outskirts of Monte Nuevo towards the El Azhar side. So eastern side, the Puerto Paraíso, the Impalas, the Los Leones, La Bendita, water treatment, all those areas, and even the Torre Ahumada or Campo Militar areas, they are no longer accessible for the teams, because if they are, then the teams actually need some kind of vehicles to get out of that area, out of that region, to get into a safer side. But now, for now, we can see like there are some kind of clusters in the El Pozo side, Minas del Valle, on the other side of El water treatment, kind of like that, but at that same time outskirts of power grid, that is the Hacienda del Patron. I can see two clusters right at that position, right at that point. So that means somewhere around that area, the early stages fights, the early group fights may just happen, and the teams actually starts to like take engagement with one another as well. But look at that, into the kill feed, it has actually like proven us right as well, in which case one of the team has decided to take the fights, one of the team has decided to take the engagements towards the next level, and that is going to be IC. Doi Kiki has been also knocked out at that time. Team IC, kind of like all four players alive and at that same position, is going to be a 2 versus 4 scenario in that case right now. But IC Sora with that Red's elimination, beautifully done by her. So now it's actually a 1v4, whereas Team IC, all four of the players are going to be alive. Similarly, Team I think so, Doi is that team that is like on a solo basis right now. That is Megumi. Let's see if she's gonna actually use the explosion magic or no. Because if she do, she can actually potentially eliminate all of the players. But with that Uzi versus Uzi, it's going to be a one knock on towards the player. The player is inside of the house. 1 versus 2 has been completely done. She has to get into the safer side. She has to get into the cover. Which case, it's going to be a 1v1 scenario for now. Region at that point. She's coming from the backside. She can go and eliminate the players. She can get the kill for herself. But right now, she is super low in that HP. She's a 0 HP whatsoever. IC2X may just get the heal on herself as well. But there we go, the Uzi sprays, the Uzi fires consistently doing, and after that the player that has moved out of that position, giving up enough time, I think, towards Megumi to heal herself. But no, she's gonna pick out a grenade. She's gonna throw that grenade right on the face of Sora. And can Sora face off that grenade danger or not? The answer is gonna be no, because it's going to be a 2 versus 1 scenario right after that, in which case Sora is going for direct rush maybe, and at that same time maybe they're actually trying to like cover the players from two sides, from two different angles, in which case scenario that is going to be possible. That is going to be really difficult for the team to actually survive into this area, in which case Sora, just look at that, she has managed to now revive up 2 of their players. At the same time, the team IC is still, Bulbul is still kind of like getting taken down by the, what is it called, the health bar, the knockdown factor. So somewhere around that area she also needs that healing. The Molotov came in towards the way. Megumi got into the safer side as well. Megumi, after like getting into a safe side, can she get into this container, because it's going to be really important for the player as well. But look at that, Sora versus Megumi once again is going to happen. Battle versus Uzi is going to be the actual cause of this fight, in which case the battle is going to actually make its way before like 2x finally got knocked out once again. But in the end, it's all a win for the team IC at this position. With the beautiful 4 kills for themselves, it's just going to be amazing. Or 17 total teams, 63 total players are going to be alive in this position. But once again, how the players are going to survive for the next matches, it's going to be really important. So we were talking about the team IC, whereas all four of their players not only managed to survive, but at that same time they got like all the kills for themselves. All four of the kills for themselves. Two for the Sora, rest two were like from Twix and Rinky as well. So somewhere around that area, they actually managed to do great teamwork over towards the player. But for now, the rest of the teams, where they're gonna go is a major concerning thing, is a major question. G1 Invisible, she's there. She's going to be right in the aim of RNS Xylemk. Xylemk. So she's kind of in the favor of the Xylemk spray. So she's at the mercy, I'd say, because not only that, one wrong move from the team may lead to Xylem's spray towards her, and at that point, it's going to be a straight up elimination over towards the girl. My bad on that. All right, so back to the action. There are still 17 teams alive. Again, we were joined by 18 complete teams. So somewhere in that area, it's a really favorable spot for the team. It's really a favorable spot for the players as well. But now, if the teams are actually able to gonna like make a difference is the main question right now, because BYT versus Team BTR may just happen, may just be possible in this regard. YD Rose is going to be there. There is going to be Iman. There is going to be Yashi as well. And all these three players against the singular player are going to be a major like concerning thing for the team, because Dilla with that beautiful fire knocking not one but two players out of the team BYT at that point, eliminating two, leaving only one. That is going to be Ashi. Ashi is in the cover safe cover side area, throwing some smokes, throwing some like throwables that she can make out the cover with, but no, she has also been spotted. Dilla with that prone fire may just be able to take her down at that point, but no, she's not going to jump out from the window. She's actually going to use the stairs to get out of that position to go towards the heel side of the player. But no, on the other side we can see, I think, Incense kind of like super close by towards the player, in which case scenario it's a third player, that is Ashi, kind of like far away, or at that same time Det we kind of like in a different scenario as well. Iman is there. Tetui is here, BTR is going to be there, BYT is right in front of them, Team Abby is fighting against the Team Fair at that point in the kill feed as well, and I'm really sorry about like my casting today, because it might not be that good, it might not be like that well, because I'm not well as well. That's weird that I'm not well, so that's why I'm really like, what is it called, slowing my words down, because I don't want to like, what is it called, you don't even want to talk about it on stream, do you? But back to the action once again. Ashi is there, Detwi is going to be here as well, but with that last player from the team BYT at this position, how is she gonna survive is a major concerning thing, because she jumped from the very top of the like house, and not only she not got a singular damage on towards her side, but at that same time now she can move out of this position, she can leave this position for herself at this point. 16 total teams, 57 total players are going to be alive, in which case if Detwi the solo player survives after the elimination of Ashi, she's going to be like on the 56th total player spot. But after that, once again inside of the circle, we can see the team Martyrs kind of like engaging with the teams as well, kind of like close by towards the team, in which case scenario the fight might just start, the fight may just begin towards both of these players. But well, now Team Abby is actually fighting. Team Martyrs versus Team RNS has actually also started. Team Martyrs, Louis is here. Alois, who is here, Team Martyrs. The rest three players are going to be right into the backside, just inside a singular house. Each player are going to be in a different compounds, giving out a beautiful cover towards the player. But Team RNS, are they going to be able to make a difference? Are they coming slowly and steadily to take out the Team Martyrs as well? The answer is going to be yes. But if they are going to be able to do that is a question as well. The answer for that may just be yes as well for now, because there's two players that are down and eliminated at that point. One player has been eliminated, Doctor has been taken down. Tequila from the backside can give out a good cover, can give out a good fire with that mini 14 tap fires, because it's a 6 times spray, 6 times tap fire. And on top of that, if she actually managed to like knock one player out from the team RNS, things might go for their favor, because for now it's a 2 versus 4 scenario. Team RNS, it's a 4-man party, it's a 4-girl party, and even losing one of their player may lead them into a chaotic moment, into like a panic situation, whereas they won't be able to like overcome all of the scenarios, all of the fights for themselves. So there can be a possibility for that, but for now, Zelenk, she's gonna throw out a Molotov into the back corner of the room. But no, it's not gonna be possible to knock out Senpai with that. But once again, she's cooking up a grenade. Let's see if that grenade is actually gonna make its difference. And the answer is gonna be no, because she's just gonna cancel that, get her UMP out, and eliminate the Martyr's last player with that fire. She's gonna have the 4th kill for the team, and a total of 15 teams that are still gonna be alive. Team RNS is gonna be alive with all 4 of their players. Not a single one player was knocked out during that fight, during that area, during that occasion, if over towards the stream. But BTR DYNO versus Team BYT, they're also happening. They're also fighting against each other. They're also engaging with one another at this position in this point. But Team Abby, DME, are they going to be able to have a better position for themselves or not? Because it's against the Team Ace versus the Team DME, in which case scenario Team DME has a better like a girl power, they have a better like a player power at that point for themselves. But Micah, she is there. My DME Abby tried her level best throwing the Molotovs. That is not going to reach out the players. Micah, and at the same time Ashy, kind of super low on that HP. Adre, kind of like super full HP, but at that same time there is no like engagement whatsoever. There comes the Molly. The Molly is going to be right in the backside of the players, but no, it's not going to affect anyone. But once again, Micah is going to take that leap of faith and engage with the team, jump fire onto the players. But no, Abby is going to take her down. Abby, after eliminating Micah, Ashy was the next one, in which case scenario, just look at Ashy's HP. She is super low on that health. No juice, no first aid kit, no bandage whatsoever, and all she can do is just hold out that area with the DBS and an M416. If she has a better chance, if she has a good angle, she may be able to knock out one player, but after that she has to run out of this position. She has to get out of this position, because she is not going to be able to survive any of the fire that will come from the team Abby, from the team DME's guns at this point, because a singular bullet can lead up to the whole team's demise. Total 50 players are surviving, 15 teams are going to be alive into the match, into the game. And with this, now is the time what the teams are actually going to do, where the teams are actually going to head out, is a major concerning thing towards them. 15 total teams, 50 players, and the way that these teams are actually going to make a difference is a huge like a gamble for these girls as well, because not only they have to get inside of the circle, because the circle has also shifted towards I'd say El Pozo region, but at that same time, if they do actually try to make inside of the circle, there's a chance that they're going to be surrounded by different teams, in which case the answer is going to be definitely they will be surrounded by, because there are still 15 teams. The 15 teams cannot like get into this circle. The 15 teams cannot like fit inside of the circle without getting into a fight, without having a close engagement of one another against each other into this case scenario. But once again, Ashy has just gone prone. No one was able to spot this girl, but at that same time, the rest two players are also coming this way. They're moving away as well. But as we see Ashy, the way this girl just actually survived, it's amazing. I'm really impressed over towards this girl, the way that she just like holded herself like with the gun trigger control and everything, not a single moment. It was amazing. She held herself, and after that, now is the time that she needs to get inside of the circle as well. Now is the moment that she needs to get inside of that play zone. But BTR, they're also over there fighting Sylv and RX. They're fighting BTR Dilla. She's also getting the fights on towards herself as well. But look at that. The team ATG. These are the girls. Eros was the one that was eliminated. Kim and Renzi are going to be the only two girls that are gonna survive. Renzi and Kim, these two girls that are surviving, we have to see, we have to find out if they're actually going to be able to like make out the scenario for their favor, into their favor or not, because not only this area is kind of like open field, the team can easily spot them, but once again both of the players have been spotted by the hand of the team BTR, not giving them a singular moment, a singular chance to get into a safer side, to get into them. And right after that, they were just eliminated by the hand of the team BTR, getting the 5 total kills in total so far, and the circle is also closing in. I'm really concerned about Ashy, because Ashy is still alive. Ashy is still inside of the, like, outside of the circle, in fact, and no healing whatsoever towards that girl. So she has to find some healings first, and also she has to make her way inside of the circle. Whereas the team G1 is right out there, whereas she is moving. One hand is going to be DBS, the other one is going to be an M4, and on top of that, the circle has finally came in towards this girl. She's not going to give out any kind of kill towards anyone. She's just going to die, and on the 13th spot, without getting a singular point of the survival, she's just gonna get eliminated. But once again, GK is fighting with the Bulbul. Bulbul has been knocked down. GSK, these girls are fighting against the team that is from Bulbul side. Bulbul, who is Bulbul, I'm not sure. I think it was IC. Yes, it was IC. IC's Bulbul has been eliminated, leaving only 2 players as Sora and Rinky as the final hope of the team. But Rinky's car, she's constantly moving. Sora is also moving. Both of the girls are moving out of this position, but as they are moving, they're going to be faced off against the team GSS at this point. One player from the GSS drive just went from their face side, from their eyes, and after that, they were like getting some kind of shots from the team GSS. But I see Rinky decided to get out of the car. She was taken down, and at that same point, she was eliminated, leaving only the one player as the final hope, which is Sora, for the whole team. Sora as the final hope for the whole team. Now it's all up to Sora from the team IC on what they are going to do and how they're actually going to make a difference, because if they're not able to make a difference at this point, and 41 players that are still surviving, it's going to be a really hectic situation, if I have to say, because not only that, but at that same time, there's like total 12 teams. There are still teams that are finally now gonna get at least 1 point for themselves, but Sora tried a level best to eliminate the players up. One player was knocked out by Sora, but no, it's not gonna be possible to get the full finish, because team GSS, they are still there to give out that beautiful rev, beautiful cover towards their own teammates and revive themselves up back towards the full health. We have total of 11 teams right now surviving into the match, surviving into the game, and with the 40 players, the marker, how these girls are actually gonna survive. Where are they actually gonna go? G1 invisible. All the players, in fact, for now, what we're seeing that mostly of the players are actually like engaging in the fight. And if we're talking about the circle shift, if we are talking about the circle scenario, it has moved once again towards the western region, in which case the western region where the circle has actually taken its shift. Just look at that. The teams are in the circle, each and every single one of them, and those that are not, they're at the eastern side region. More than half of the teams are at the eastern region, and more than half of them, like almost half, we can say, are at the western side region inside of the circle. So somewhere they anticipated where the circle might just be, and they hold it out that position, but not anymore. The circle has just taken its a new shift towards the southern region, whereas no one right now has a circle. Team BTR is also outside, getting a huge sum of damage on towards themselves, but at that same time against G1, they're not going to be able to overcome that scenario. DYNO is the final hope for the team. DYNO is going to be the last hope for the team, in which case scenario, just look at her vest, no vest whatsoever. It's like just one bullet, and it's going to be Thanos snapped out of existence, and after that she's gonna be snapped out of existence as well. So what she can do is not give out the kills, and slowly and steadily just give out the kill towards the circle, because even if you like die over here, you're still not gonna get a singular point for yourself, aside from the healing point, aside from the placement point or the kill point that you're gonna get 1 placement point and 5 kill point. That makes you a total of 6 points in towards the second match of the Miramar. But now, leaving only with the 8 teams, we are still on the 8th team that is still gonna have 1 position point for themselves, despite being eliminating after all of that long time, even after getting eliminated after 21-minute mark. So it's not gonna be a really rewarding scenario for the teams to like die after 20-minute mark just to get 1 point. But for now, we have to see who's gonna be that unfortunate and unlucky team that will get eliminated. And after that, it's like increasing the number, the placement points that are going to be given to the teams. They are going to be increased after that. But once again, team R4MV Ingrid finally shooting at the players. Team RNG is also fighting with the team G1. G1 kind of like facing some casualties at this point, in which case Kimi was that person that is right now knocked down. She has to be revved up at that point, but invisible. She's going for that elimination. She's going for that rush. She's going for that straight up slam on towards the player from the backside. We can see maybe one player coming from outside of the circle. That is going to be Jerry. Jerry eliminating the players from the team G1 at that time, getting the kill for herself. But Jersey, how is she going to actually make inside of the circle is a major question, because only 1 first aid kit was found towards this girl's hand. But at that same time, the rest of the players from the team G1 are actually making their way outside of the circle. Oh my god, what just happened? They were not able to hold out that position, and Jersey got the elimination. And after that, she died on the top 6th position as well. And with that, just look at that, our top positions have moved over towards the 5 region, whereas top 5 teams are still going to be alive. They're still going to be like against each other in a tussle of war, in a tug of war, to get like more points for themselves, to get more positions for themselves. And even on top of that, just look of that, Mudfee has finally got 1 knock on towards the player. Oh my god, Vixen also is down. Vixen, who's right now knocked out, she's getting some kind of like smokes towards her cover. But no, on the other side, we can see the player that is right on the right side has also been giving out the fires. Maddie FF has been knocked out. What is going on? GS Lardif is also down. Diff is going to be the like one of the last player alongside of the Carl Diff. What is going on? What is with this name of the difference? There are a lot of diff names. 2 players that are still together. They're going to be inside of not only the circle, but at a good position for themselves as well. All they have to do is not leave out of this position, not move out of the scenario, and just stay is at this place. But once again, the grenades are going to be thrown at the players. The players are not going to face any kind of casualties, not face any kind of damage on towards them, because the team GS right now does not even know where the players are, where the enemy are at this point. But Fair Yagi throwing out a beautiful 146 fire, knocking out one of the team player of the team GS, getting the kill for themselves. 7-1 is also fighting the team Fair. Fair Ruby was eliminated. Top 5 teams are still available. 7-1 Xena, 7-1 Isha fighting with the outboard at that point. And all the different teams, all of the different players are actually once again engaging with one another. But once again, in the final moment, Abby DME getting that kill for her team. Team has been out of the match. They are no longer inside of this game. And after that, we are down to the top 3 fights, which case it's a 2 versus 2 versus 3 scenario. Lidfield is there, Yagi, Christy, both girls are there, in which case Yagi kind of is knocked out. Christy is going to be the solo player. So we can somewhere around that area say that it's a 1 versus 2 versus 3 scenario, which case DME has the best upper hand in this regard, because not only they have the more like player advantage, but at that same time they have the higher ridge. They have the higher advantage of the ridge as well, whereas they can actually see both of the teams, both of the players, but at that same time the other players, they cannot see them at this position. But look at that, Frosty that has moved over there. BDM1 has finally got the kill over towards that girl as well. Christy also has been eliminated by the hand of GS at that time. Team GS finally managed to get 1 kill for themselves. But at this point, it's going to be a fight. It's going to be a scenario of 1v1, 1v2 maybe, against the DME Sealan of the team GSM at that point. GS versus team DME, how these girls are actually going to engage with one another is a major concerning thing, because now team DME, may not have the best advantage for themselves as they're outside of the circle, as they're outside, out in the open area. And on the other side, with the team GS having the regards of their compound, of their position, of their holding of the position windows and everything, they can actually make a huge difference on towards the player. But there goes a grenade, towards the player. That can be a potential threat towards the player, but no, it's not gonna bounce, it's not gonna burst down right on towards the player. They're gonna get into the safer side. DM1 is gonna be super low on that HP, finally getting a first aid kit, giving a first aid kit towards the other players as well, healing themselves. It's a 3 versus 2 scenario, once again completely out alive. But Diff, are you gonna be able to get one placement out of this, one engagement, one knock out of this? Can you make out the beautiful tie-breaking, the ice-breaking knock for your team or not? The answer is going to be no, because the team has just entered the vicinity, the team has just entered the area. And after that, Diff, the real Diff, Carl Diff, I think so, yes, Carly Diff is going to be fighting in a 1 versus 2 scenario, in which case just look at that, the damage was amazing. The player was getting a lot of damage on towards himself, but at the same time, with that AKM consistent fire, it's gonna be another knock on towards the player from the backside. We can see the last player also come in close, which is going to be Kyo, who has also healed herself. After that, it's gonna be a 1v1, and with that 1v3 completed, the winner chicken dinner goes towards the team GS. Not only they had the position of the houses, as I said, they had a great position for themselves, but as soon as that position was revealed, as position was compromised, they switched out the position. They did not hard stayed over towards that position. They knew that they had to move out. They knew they had to change out the locations, change out the position to give out a slight chance towards themselves as well. But that's what they did. They made a huge split towards each other. One player in that was knocked out and finished up at that point. But after that, it was a 1v3 towards the team GS against team DME. And with that winner chicken dinner, it's 11 total kills towards these girls. On the other hand, team DME, they actually managed to get 9 kills for themselves. Despite being on the number 2, the 9 kill digit is really good. On the number 3, we can see the team Fair with only 2 kills whatsoever for themselves. But with that, the second match has also came to an end. And with that, I think we will also go over towards the break. So what you have to do till now is you have to go like the stream, share the stream, and subscribe to the channel as much as possible. And make sure you share the stream as much as possible. For now, we will be going on a short break. We will see you after the short break. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
They said, don't fall, don't forget all the things you've been taught, you've been told. Don't blink, don't run, don't turn left or turn right or look straight at the sun. My mind's going in circles, I'm trying to fight it, getting these voices inside to stay quiet. Gone to the place where all this began, just start again. Oh, you won't see the light until the dawn breaks. No, till it's all said and done, you won't know what it takes. Gotta make a wrong turn and turn around. Gotta fall fast to pick yourself up off the ground. Until you get lost, you'll never be found, and you can't start again until you break down. Break down. Until you break down. They said, be meek, look beneath the bed before you go to sleep. Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay